Hello. This week I'm going to tell you about how to describe the personality or the character of someone which we don't have a good opinion of. So someone bad. Last week I told you about the good qualities and this week's the bad. So let's start with an idiom. The idiom is to be a snake in the grass. So the snake is the animal and the grass is like the plants, so they're going through. To be a snake in the grass when we talk about a person is someone who appears to be your friend, to be helpful, they appear to be okay, but in reality they are not being your friend and they may be deceiving or like lying to you. So a snake in the grass is someone who is not your friend even though they appear to be, and they may be manipulating the situations. Now some vocabulary. I want to tell you an adjective which is boastful. I'll write the words on the screen and I'll put them in the comments underneath as well. To be boastful means that you are very proud of yourself and you keep telling people what you have done that is good. So if, for example, I got an A in my exam and I keep telling, well, I got an A, I got an A, yeah. Or I did that, it's mine. But not in a good way, yeah, not a natural like, oh, I got an A, wow. More like, oh, I do this, or I have a new car, or I am the best. We say they are boastful. So some politicians are boastful about their achievements. The next one, impatient. So impatient is the opposite of patient. To be patient is when you are calm and you can wait for things. Impatient is when you want something now and you don't want to wait and you're not willing to accept anybody going slower than what you want. So if someone is impatient, oh, they're in the doctor's waiting room. Why is it so long? So impatient. The next one is dishonest. So you don't tell the truth. Another way to say dishonest is to say deceitful. Now, deceitful is usually only used for people. So if I'm deceitful, I am telling you I am, an actor when I'm a teacher. Or deceitful could be saying, oh, I'm going to sell you this book for this price, and it's not that price. So deceitful is like dishonest, and I'm telling you something that's not true. The fourth one is selfish. Okay, so listen to the pronunciation because the end is a little difficult. Selfish. Selfish. And that means the typical, all for me, I want everything. I don't consider other people's feelings and I only want things for me. So if a man is selfish, he wants to keep all his things for himself, or a woman, I just say a man because it's shorter. If someone is selfish, they don't want to share their food, they don't want to be generous with anything, they want everything for themselves. And the last one is to be bad-tempered. So an adjective, to be bad-tempered. It means you get angry very easily and you instantly are irritated or maybe aggressive with people. The opposite would be to be good-tempered, so you're very calm and balanced. So bad-tempered people are difficult to work with in a very stressful job because they get angry. Let's look at a few examples for each one. So I used to really like my friend Christine, but in the end she turned out to be a snake in the grass. She took all my teaching books and left me with nothing. So a snake in the grass. boastful. I really didn't like my classmate who was so boastful that she passed the exam when we failed. Impatient. I feel really impatient when I'm trying to walk along the street and I have someone slow in front of me and I want them to move. Selfish. The example. There once was a selfish giant who lived alone in a castle and didn't want to share his beautiful garden. And the last one, bad-tempered. Don't be bad-tempered with me. I know you haven't had your coffee this morning, but I have just arrived and I don't want you to be angry at me. That's all of it. So 1 idiom and 5 pieces of vocabulary. It would be very useful to write it down and try and study and learn them and try and think of a person who fits each of these pieces of vocabulary. It doesn't have to be a person you know. It could be a politician, an actor, a character in a book. If you think of an example person, it will make it easier to remember the words. So, that's it for this week. I'll see you next week at 6 o'clock on Friday. And don't forget to click like, please, subscribe, and share this with your friends so everybody can understand the newspaper and what they say about the politicians.